George Rogers Clark Park is my childhood park. Aside from my personal nostalgia, the park has a unique history, fundamental to the making of Louisville and Kentucky. Hence the name, this site was once the homestead of the Clark family. The house was built in 1785 and was home of William Clark, most renowned for the Lewis and Clark expedition. William's parents, John and Anne Clark, had raised their sons, William and George Rogers, here. The homestead was named Mulberry Hill, seemingly because of the native mulberry trees that still remain throughout the park. Mulberry Hill was also a home to William's slave York. The family resided until the 1860s. Their bodies lay rest within the family cemetery on site. One of my favorite parts of the homestead that still remains is a historic cypress tree. This tree is known to be the oldest cypress of historic Louisville, ranging 200 plus years in age. Several folk tales are told about this particular tree, and according to a geocaching article, legend says one belief is that an Indian is buried under the tree. Another story is about an Indian brave whose body has been encased in the tree. He hid in the hollow trunk of the tree from George Rogers Clark. The tree sensed the evil in his soul and started growing around his body and entrapping him. His screams alerted Clark and others. When they arrived at the tree, they saw the twisted outline of the Indian's body in the tree. Now, I had grown up with folk tales about this tree, but the one that I had particularly been attached to was that Sacagawea was that very Indian encased within the tree. This tree and this park is what started my passions of nature and recreation.